Hello and welcome to all our viewers. A double header today on a Tuesday. Mind you, not a weekend, but a weekend dhamaka on a weekday with Salil. Hi Salil, welcome to the show.
Hey Yash, absolutely thrilled to watch today's games. I think both the games look to be evenly poised, and quite exciting that it's happening on a rainy Tuesday over here. It's not bad to
Absolutely.
be home at all.
Absolutely. What a day to be home and some great games today. Salil, the first game, Delhi Capitals, the top table players versus Kolkata Knight Riders, the contenders for the top four. What do you think of this game? What do you make of it, Salil?
I think it's quite evenly poised. If you look at both the games, Delhi have won all the three games, while KKR have won two out of the three games. I think that one game they lost to CSK, it was quite terrible. With those losing out in the last 2 overs. But apart from that, they look quite evenly poised, and we can expect slightly low scoring cracker considering the ground is Sharjah, and the pitch is going to be quite slower than the other two venues. So all in all, eager to watch this game, Yash.
KKR winning the toss, electing to bowl first. Do you think it's a good toss to win? And if you look at the squads as well, just take me through the changes that have been made. A couple of changes, Salil, with Tim Saudi and Warrior. What is your take on this?
Well, I think they'll really be missing out on Muscle Russell there, and Tim Saudi is obviously an excellent contender. I think he bowls very well at the death. He's also someone who can bowl at the start, in the power play as well. Unlike Andre Russell, who's not really an opening bowler, but at the same time, there will be they'll slightly miss Andre Russell's batting if he were to bat, and if he were required to bat for them. So I think that's one thing. Sandeep Warrior, I think, is an interesting prospect, but replacing Prasidh Krishna, who's already achieved 12 wickets in the 10 matches that he's played, is going to be a task on him. So I feel there they might have lost out on a few points, very few points. But apart from that, the KKR lineup looks really strong, and I think batting second would definitely give them more confidence than batting first, because there is no end to the Delhi batting. You don't really
Yes.
want Delhi to chase. They can chase any total on any ground currently. So I think bringing the game to Delhi would be using your best part of your bowling, which is your spinners and your Lockie Fergusons, to strap them for runs and possibly take those early wickets, get the Shreyas Iyer and get the Steve Smith or the Dhawans out, and then possibly having to chase 150 odd runs. So
Absolutely.
I think that's what they're going by, and for that I think this match has now suddenly become quite evenly poised as against KKR batting first.
It has absolutely. If you look at the Delhi playing 11 as well, Salil, one big change, one very big change. Steven Smith making way. I mean, coming in place of Prithvi Shaw. What do you have to make of this? How important would this be for Steve Smith's IPL career, if you have to say so?
Well, I mean, he's been blowing hot and cold purely because he's not been a regular at the IPL. But you know what class he possesses, and I think he moving from Rajasthan to Delhi has really done well for Delhi. I think from a
Right.
think tank perspective, and him being an ex-captain, he brings a lot to the game, a lot of intelligence, a lot of strategy to the game, which will really help Rishabh Pant. Apart from that, he's also an excellent player of spin. And mind you,
Yes. Good point.
they're going to play Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narayan, who've got 18 wickets between themselves in their 10 and 7 respectively matches that they've played. So quite honestly, I think these small contests between the KKR bowlers and the Delhi batsmen is going to be key, and it'll be an excellent contest to watch.
Absolutely. So even in T20 cricket, I've heard that, I mean, that's what they say, that a bowler wins you the games and a bowler can lose you the games. It's never that a batsman has turned the game around. It's always good bowling or bad bowling. So do you think that this KKR lineup, possibly one of the best in the whole of IPL, the five bowlers that they are playing, they're the best lineup like we spoke about earlier in the shows as well. So do you think that they found a good combination here, but with Sandeep Warrior coming in, it could be a bit of a trick because the first game playing the best team in the IPL when it comes to the batting lineup. It's going to be very difficult for Tim Southee and Sandeep Warrior to just come in and straight away deliver the goods for them.
Well, it will be difficult for Sandeep Warrior to do that. Not at all for Tim Saudi. I think he's been waiting in the
Right.
ranks. It's just that the KKR team is so star-studded and full of talented players that their bench strength also looks quite strong. But having said that, I think Sandeep Warrior, although he'll have to bowl his quota of 4 overs, I think Aon Morgan would definitely have some options because in the last match, Venkatesh Iyer proved to be of quite promise by giving away just 5 runs in the 1 over that he bowled. So I was also surprised why he didn't get another bowl because him being not so known in the circuit and if he's bowling his line and length, it won't be easy to get him away. So I think
Right.
Sandeep Warrior would definitely be supported by Venkatesh Iyer if required to complete that quota of 4 overs for one of the bowlers. But I think the other four which have Tim Saudi, the two spinners, and Lockie Ferguson will complete their quota of four
What a
overs.
bowler.
So I think from a variety perspective, they are a fantastic bowling unit. They have the most variety, and and quite. I mean, if they start gelling and they bowl in packs, they're able to pick up those wickets as well. So
Absolutely.
quite glad to see this side, and not that. I mean, maybe they are at 90% of what they were in their bowling sting as to the last 3 matches that they've played, purely because of this Prasidh Krishna replacement. But yes, I think they're quite strong enough and cannot be taken lightly at all.
Yeah, they've got a Nitish Rana as well who can roll his arm over and bowl those fiery off spinners. So they've got the variety like you just spoke about. But it's going to be a tough task because playing against Delhi Capitals with Shikhar Dhawan in that form that he's in, 430 runs for him. What do you have to say about his form and the fact that he's not been chosen for the World Cup? So he's like a wounded tiger who's looking to avenge his the people who have done him wrong. So do you think that Shikhar Dhawan is going to have a cracker of a remaining IPL according to you?
Well, he's had a cracker of an IPL this year and also in last year. I think he loves batting at Sharjah. He's got good scores over here. Since the ball comes slow, he's a batsman who improvises really well, moves around the wicket, knows where all the fielders are, and he's a busy player. So you can expect him to get back his orange cap that Sanju Samson took from him yesterday, and. I think he'll be really raring to go, considering the fact that you don't have a Prithvi Shaw to open with. Possibly he'll bat with much more responsibility, and also the fact that he's a very good player of spin. That he can actually be in a
Yes.
position to be one of the strongholds of Delhi batting. So, I mean, having said that, I think his role is very important today, given the pitch, and that it's not going to be easy for the batsman to bat on after the fielding restrictions are off. So I think those first 6 overs for both teams and what their batsmen do and the number of runs that they actually make is going to be extremely important and can just dictate the course of the match.
Absolutely. Salil, given the fact that we are going to be talking about the pitch now because the pitch is very difficult. It's not the Sharjah ground that we knew from the last IPL. The flat pitch which didn't have much to offer, and the dimensions are such that a score of 150, 170 is very well on the cards. Looking at just the boundaries. So, do you think that the Delhi Capitals batsmen might have some score in their mind as a par score given the pitch as well?
I think given their bowling, I think they'll be happy with anywhere between 150 to 160 runs. And while they might be doing that, I think they will take their chances with a few of the KKR bowlers. But they should be happy with that because they have a bowling that can restrict them. While it's not easy to score, it's not right to bowl at a full length or a short length either on this ground, given its
Correct.
dimensions being extremely small. And so I think the discipline in bowling, whether it's spin or fast bowling, is going to be detrimental in the fact whether a team is really doing is bowling well or not. I think it's more to do with where they bowl.
I understand. So, according to you, Salil, who is that one player that you have to watch out for in the Delhi batting, if I have to say so? And why do you think it's the player that you're going to choose?
Well, I think third time in a row, I would choose Shreyas Iyer because while he
Brilliant.
is an excellent player of spin bowling, he's not the best of the short ball, so could be exploited by the likes of Lockie Ferguson. But at the same time, I think he's the one who can build a very strong innings by playing because he's a busy player when it comes to playing spin. the bad balls are dispatched outside the ground, but he also takes those singles, making those overs of Chakravarti and Sunil Narayan to be anywhere around 7 or 8. For their economy will be really good on this pitch, considering 150 is a good total. So I think he'll be very important in the middle there, where you have where you have the the batsman trying to make all those runs. Well, have we lost Yash there? Well, I think we have. Also, the players are on the field. From a prediction perspective, we feel that KKR do have the edge, since they're going to be batting second, and they'll have a target to chase, and they've got the experience to chase the target. So, from a prediction perspective, while Delhi is a better side, I think KKR are hungrier to get on the table and to get into the top four and be there in the top four. So KKR would be the prediction, and I guess we'll see you at the mid innings break then. Thanks.